My name is Richard Rowe. I am on staff with the Black Mental Health Alliance. It is my honor and my pleasure to really introduce two outstanding, brilliant practitioners, mental health practitioners, therapists, individuals who've been doing work in this space in terms of empowering Black marriages for quite some time. The Black Mental Health Alliance saw a need to join forces with these individuals, these two experts, to basically lift this topic up. There is much that we need to really unpack, issues that we need to really address. We are interested and committed to really providing our folks with as much information they need in order to create, develop, sustain, maintain healthy, wholesome relationships, marriages. This is critical for our community as a whole, and the Black Mental Health Alliance is fortunate to have these two individuals with us who will be our trainers for our April 20th and April 21st training sessions. Again, those training sessions will start at 2 and end at 4 on both days. And before we end, we will provide you with more information how you can register for those sessions. So what I would love to do right now is to introduce briefly again who our trainers are. Dr. Nisa Muhammad is the founder of Wedded Bliss Foundation, which is a community-based organization that helps teens and adults create healthy relationships and healthy marriages. Dr. Muhammad successfully created a national holiday, Black Marriage Day, where more than 300 communities have celebrated marriage in the Black community on the fourth Saturday in March since 2003. Our other powerful and amazing trainer is Dr. Kevin Washington, better known as Mwata Kairi. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but if so, I know he will correct me. Is an African-centered psychologist, licensed in Florida and Washington, D.C. He is a past president of the Association of Black Psychologists and is currently an associate professor and head of the Sociology and Psychology Department at Grambling State University. How powerful that position is, and I know the students are blessed to have him on board. He is also, you all, the National Program Director of Black Marriage Day, President of Black Mental Health Matters, founder and CEO of Roots Africa, and board member and vice president of the World Mental Health Coalition. Those are really you all brief bios of these gifted and brilliant practitioners that we have with us, who will be with us on again this Wednesday and this Thursday. So let me just simply throw this question out to both of you all, because we really want to hear from the both of you all. Why is this training so important for mental health professionals, marriage counselors, and therapists? And I'm going to start with Dr. Washington. Why don't you share with our folks why this is important?
You know, I thank you so much for the introduction. It is an honor to be here and be a part of the Black Mental Health Alliance Training Institute with you, Brother Rowe, because we feel that we need to have these opportunities to train ourselves, to have workshops, to converse, to convene, so that we can elevate and lift our people up through optimal and appropriate mental health services. And so we know that we're in the world out here getting services, but oftentimes they're misaligned. And so here is even why it is important that we do this work. People say, well, you know, others have these institutes and training, marriage forums. Why is this one important? And why is it different? Well, all of them teach the same thing, basically, that communication in relationships and marriages is key, that shared values are important, that self-acceptance is imperative, and that honoring and respecting self and other is paramount. But what they do not teach is the idea of the understanding of the impact of the ma'afa, the enslavement experience, on marriages. They do not teach the role of racism and oppression on marriage. We understand that marriages are strained in this country by a variety of reasons, and one of them is being economics. We recognize that African Americans earn less and pay more for items than do non-African Americans or white. And so we know that also that Black men bring home about 60 a percent of the dollar that white men bring 100% of the dollar on, so that changes the entire marriage dynamic. We're very well aware that marriage has the possibility, the potential to improve, and Dr. Muhammad will talk more about this, improve your health outcomes and improve your earning potential and improve how you move and maneuver in the world. However, we also know that Black marriages are experiencing in America a high percentage of individuals saying that they have dissatisfaction in their marriage, in large part because of economics being challenged in that domain, and also having to be stressed and strained with racism and oppression, but being taught at the same time to even deny that that's a phenomenon. So our training then allows us to understand within a cultural context, what does it mean to do this work? How do we help heal through the economic deprivation? But also, how do we ground the conversation within the cultural reality of folks that look like us? So I'm going to pause it there. I know Dr. Muhammad is going to give us the real understanding of what it means and why Black marriage is so important, because she's developed the holiday. I'm glad to be along with her for this particular process. And so I'm honored to have known her for a number of years, and even more honored to be able to do this training with her.
Fantastic. Dr. Nisa Muhammad, you're on. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to really work with the keys to the people who are helping our people. And so that's why this training is so important. One of the reasons why this training is so important is because we are working with the people who are like a cog or a connection to our people who are in desperate need of help. And so if we can help you do your jobs better, then that helps the people that you're trying to help. That's one thing. And so I think that the unique thing about what we offer, and that's what Dr. Washington was saying, the uniqueness about what we do, is that our program focuses on why marriage is even important. You know, marriage is talked about, it's done, it's divorced, it's thrown around, cast around. But for some reason, Black people have the lowest marriage rate in the country. Why is that? When once upon a time, right after emancipation, Black people had one of the highest marriage rates in the country. Now we have the lowest. What's that about? You know, where there are populations of people who fought, changed laws, took it all the way to the Supreme Court to make sure they could have access to marriage, that they could marry. And here we can get married any given day of the week and twice on Sunday, and we don't want to do it. What do they know about marriage and the value of marriage that we don't? Why did they go through all of that, protest, change laws, all of that to get married? And here we have this opportunity to do it and we don't. So I think that's some of the things that we're going to talk about, the intergenerational wealth that is passed down when you are married. DMX had, I think, 7 children. He was not married. He had a fiance. She had no rights to anything that he had, like none at all. And so all of his property, all of his wealth is now divided among 7 different households with these 7 children. You know, we need to really think about what we are doing when we think about relationships and the significance of relationships. Marriage is this incredible, amazing relationship of which there are benefits that you cannot get in any other relationships. People try all the time, but they do not get the same benefits. And so we're not going to go into all of the details about what we're going to talk about. We're going to save that for Wednesday and Thursday. But I would just encourage your listeners to register. I think it's well worth more than the money they will spend, and well worth more than the time they will invest, because I think we'll be able to give them a foundation upon which to better serve their clientele.
Excellent, excellent. So with the few seconds we have left for this kind of preview, I'm glad you didn't give everything away, Dr.
No.
Or Dr. Brother Washington, but maybe just another key takeaway from this powerful training session that will start the series. This session, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, one of the things that we're going to talk about is once upon a time, there were cultural cues that guided people toward marriage. What are the cultural cues today, and what are they guiding our young people toward?
Beautiful. Dr. Washington?
So when we talk about marriage, what does it mean for the Black community? What does it mean to be married? If marriage is a business, that is, it is a business of expanding generations. And what does it mean to be in business with someone else? If we recognize that the institutions of marriage were broken up from the continent of Africa, that was the main goal. What did the Europeans know about African family, Black family life that was imperative for the agenda to be to break them up. And so we will talk about what were some of the anchors that would hold family together. Why was family so important then, and why is it even more so important now? That is for the Black community. We know that the basic unit of industrialization is marriage or the family. And so when the family is disrupted, then there's a disorganization that follows. So we know then that as our therapists, as our counselors, as our psychiatrists go and interact with the various individuals in the practices, they need to have essential tools to be able to help to mend, to help with breaches in relationships, to help people to really understand the landmine that they are traversing as a couple. If you don't know if you don't understand the terrain that you are traversing, you don't understand the landmines that are present within the society. So oftentimes we think that we are earning like other people, that we are doing like other people, but in reality, we don't have the same experiences as others. And so we want to talk about those experiences, how to help couples navigate through those, and how do you get to ultimately what we talk about is having the business of marriage where it is successful. And we don't pretend to have the answer, but we do believe that there are certain things based on our years of work with couples, with Black marriages, that we have something to offer from not only research, but also from experiences of individuals that have been a part of the work that we've been doing.
Okay. And there you have it, you all. I think it could not have been said any better. I don't think that we basically, we're in for a real treat having these two gifted and brilliant practitioners with us for the training sessions. Again, on this Wednesday, April 20th, from 2 to 4 p.m. We will kick the part one off with the Healer's Imperative for the Black Family. Dr. Washington and Dr. Muhammad both talked about the essential essence and the need for us to really deal with this topic, and for all the reasons that they both have shared in terms of strengthening our families, our relationships, in order to really advance our people and heal the family and help our children thrive and survive. And on Thursday, April 21st, again, same time from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These two magnificent trainers will be again with us to offer their insight, expertise, and their wisdom, how we need to basically interact with one another and deal with the forces, not only from without, but also within, that prevent us from being our best selves. So we are thankful to both of you all, grateful to both of you all. We will see you all on Wednesday and Thursday. And thank you for taking the time to assist in providing this information for our people. Take care now.
Thank you.
Thank you.